Hi folks, today we're going to be greasing our swing arm bolt. I got a 2018 Yamaha Raptor. A couple things before I get started on this video. While I had my swing arm off, I was planning on sliding my axle out and just do a quick inspection of the axle and the pivot or the axle bearings back there. As it turned out, my axle did not slide out. I did not want to come out at all. I didn't want to goof with it. The axle was straight. The bearings are in good shape. I didn't want to break anything. I was just kind of doing that as a little extra since I had my swing arm off, but it didn't go right for me. So to get started on the video here, I got started, pull the shock off. You're going to need to pull your rear shock off. I don't show that. Pull your rear wheels off. I don't show that. You're going to want to do there. But that's about it. You're going to notice in this video that my hub's off, the axle nut's off, those types of things. You don't need to do any of that to grease your swing arm bolt. And so you may notice that. All you got to do again is to shock your rear tires. You're going to need to take your chain off, your brake caliper and those type of things, which I'll show you. Pretty simple job. Mine came out nice and easy. Hope yours does too. Something you're going to want to do, I would say, at least once a year so this thing comes in and out very easy for you. It's actually a very simple job as long as that comes out. And so enjoy the video. Okay, well today, one more maintenance task here. I want to show you guys how to really check out your swing arm. This is a 2018 Yamaha Raptor. I've got a few things already started on this. Obviously got my wheels off, got my shock off here. Those are all pretty simple things. So at this point here, want to go ahead and remove our calipers. What you might want to do if you want to check your brakes is go ahead and do with all my Allen wrenches here. You might want to loosen these little pins up here first. Get them kind of, there's two of them here, get them kind of loose. That way it'll be easy to take off once you get it off. And then we want to take a little 14 millimeter here on the back side here. I'm not going to really show it to you. It's pretty easy. There's two bolts that hold the this brake caliper on. I'm just going to go ahead and take those off. Bolts in from behind. One bolt. Get this other one up here on the top. There we go. Take this brake caliper off here. Just set it down out of the way. It's a little dark right here, but you got this little bolt here where you take your swing arm off and then simply just pull that out and then bring the swing arm back and just expect it that way. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then let me get set up here and pull that out and we should be good to go. Hopefully if that comes out good. All right here, so I got that bolt out. Let's see what it looks like on this side. I think it's got to get pushed out just a little bit. Take a chance here that this here will work. Oh yeah, it's coming out nice and easy. Just push it out with a screwdriver. I go on this side here. Hold everything up. Whew. There's my swing arm. So this is a swing arm bolt. So this is a huge plus here. Getting that out. This darn microphone tangled up on everything. Now let's see if we can just move this thing out. Whew. Alrighty. Oops. Really want that dust plate to come off necessarily. Alrighty. One thing I did do is when I had it on here, I tried moving it side to side to check the end play of these bearings. They're super tight. Didn't have any issues there. Now that I got this off, I can check my, down in here, I can check my chain roller. I can also pull my chain off and do a super good clean and super good inspection. Now that I've got it off, that's a continuous chain. It doesn't have a master link in there. I had already checked it. It's in good shape. I've already cleaned it. But now that I've got this off, it's going to make it a lot easier to clean, get a good thorough clean on it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop these little caps off here at the end here. Hopefully you can see these things here. These are just little protectors there. They're all in good shape. I'm kind of double checking there. Looks like there's just you can see these needle bearings in here. They're all in really good shape. So I'm just going to go ahead and, before I put this back together, I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to put some new lube on there, make sure it's all in good shape. And other than that, this thing's ready to go. So let me go ahead and get it cleaned up, and we'll go ahead and grease these things here. But that's really it. Let me get a little bit closer look here at this the bearings in here so you can see what's going on. Alright. So you can see the bearings. I got the thing pushed out. So I'm just going to put some grease. Push this collar around here. Let's see if I can do it. You can see it coming back in here. I'm going to push that out that way farther. Put some grease in here. Do the other way. Put some grease. Do the same thing on that side. Get under here. Right in the shadow, unfortunately. But I'm going to get under there and clean up everything back on there. Check my chain. Really grease this swing arm bolt really good when you put it back in. But that's it. That's how to get this off. That's how to check it. Make sure all the bearings look good. The ones on these sides look brand new, still full of plenty full of grease. I'll put some more grease on there. And again, one of the big things you want to do on this thing is also really grease this thing. If your swing arm bolt here, you can see here it's got grease on it. If this thing here gets rusty, that thing can just about wedge itself in there and rust in there, and now you're really up a creek. A lot of people have a hard time getting these out, so that's a good thing. Something you want to do there probably at least once a year. If nothing else, is pull it out, grease it, put it back in, so you don't have to worry about that getting stuck. Okay, so I've got everything checked out, greased. I cleaned everything out. I'll tell you, be a heck of a lot easier with this thing if this axle was out. Again, I'm not screwing with it. I just got this set in here. I've got to put the bolt back in. When you slide this thing back in, there's a couple things that you want to do, especially if your axle's in. Make sure your chain is around your axle. Make sure your chain is above your swing arm on both sides of it. Make sure you've got your chain slide if you've taken that off. Make sure your brake cables and everything are on the top side of your swing arm, otherwise you'll be taking it back off. So you don't want to do that. I already kind of had this thing up here and forgot to stick the chain around the axle. So that's it. So now what I'm going to do here is see if I can get this bolt started and get this thing aligned up on this side without just making a huge mess over everything. You can already see here that I'm not lined up. It's okay. There we go, looks actually a lot better. I'm gonna put some grease on this bolt and get everything all nice and nasty. Just gonna grease this thing up here really good. That way I can just get it all over everything. That's always the fun with this stuff. This grease just gets everywhere. That's how it goes. I grease this thing. Make sure I don't have any future problems with it. Alrighty, so that's about as much of a mess right there as I can imagine. So let's see if we can get this thing to go all the way through. Oh my God, that just went in nice and easy. I was gonna make a rude comment, but I won't. Oh boy, that's nice. Whew. Well, not everything goes right for me. That was one of the ones that did. So we'll take that. Now I can get over here and I'll put my little nut back on in our washer on this side. Just draw it in the rest of the way. Let's see here. Size is this thing here? I don't know if I had already said something or not. I doubt I got a metric here. This is a 7/8. We'll take this off. Not that tight. Go ahead. Sit this back up here. Snug it up. Alrighty, I got everything nice and full of grease. I got grease everywhere oozing out on this side. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, let me look up the torque here. I don't give out the wrong one, so let's see here. A little, this is, this looks like they got it here at 72 foot-pounds. Yep. So my nice torque wrench seems to have disappeared. So now I'm went up to Harbor Freight and got me a new one. Not as nice as the one I have, but it's better than nothing at all. Actually, they've got a 25% off coupon going on, so it wasn't that bad. I'll just torque this down. All right, there we go. Got that on. All right. So I'll go ahead here and start bolting the rest of our stuff on. Got our chain nice and tight. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and stick this here. I'm going to spend some time here and take my brakes apart and clean those up while I'm at it. But that's it. We'll tighten our chain back up. Pretty simple job. Not too bad. Again, I don't know why I couldn't get my axle off. Not worried about it. Someday there, I'll probably end up just pulling the whole carrier bearing out. But I'm going to do all new seals. That'll probably be a good time to do bearings at that point. But that's not today. So that's it. Can't really complain. Went along pretty good. I was pretty happy on the way it went for me. Didn't go as easy as I was hoped, but nothing ever does. So I got a crap load of tools everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, put it back together, and I am just about done with all the big items on my bike. So that's it. Installing this, checking out the swing arm, pulling out the bolt, greasing everything on a 2018 Yamaha Raptor. That's it. Thanks.